31st, 2023, and here's Rivas.
Yes, so the premiere episode of the Espresso Shots Roundup. I'm Ralph Rivas. Welcome to the folks over here. Yes, okay, yeah. So sure, this is a Teams meeting. Yeah, not a real podcast, but no, why not? We can make anything a podcast because Teams is so powerful, as we're going to discover pretty soon, I guess. So there it is. That's the intro slide. Let's go ahead really quickly for the folks that are just tuning in and that don't already know me. Here's just a quick background on me. So rather than focus on the time of this, we only have a few minutes. There's the QR code. Give it a snap. You have 1, 2, 3. Okay. Unless you're really slow on your phones, you're not going to be able to snap that fast enough, but you can rewind. All right, great. We won't go through those details now. Let's talk about first some of the things that lead me to this concept of being able to talk about this in 15 minutes. The first is we always have the first stop of seeing what's coming. Everyone remember the message center, right? You go to admin. If you are powerful enough on your M365 tenant, you should be able to be looking at this. There's actually a power app out there that you can actually get that'll help you digest this and do it in a different way and maybe alert you for certain things. But this is my daily cadence. I take a look in there to see if there's anything that's going to shock me, because if I miss it, it's going to be here. And essentially, that's the official place to go. The next one is the ancillary news. There's something called the release planner. And this is for the things that are in M365, in particular for that are Dynamics related, but most importantly, and let's see if this works over here. Let's see if it works. Skip verification. Just go ahead and show me the website. And yes, it's coming up. The release. This is actually really good. It was meant originally for Power Platform Dynamics. They're going to expand it to M365 originally, so that's a little bit of news for you. But this is the concept. You find an item that you're looking for, that you want to track, right? Pick an item, right? Find out what it is that you're tracking. Take a look. You can do things like sending links. You can cover it. You can have your own version of the release plan, so you can track exactly what you're doing. So in other words, as far as the news goes, you can filter it to make it more palatable, and you shouldn't be surprised. Essentially, no one should be surprised anymore. All right, and that's basically all I'm going to say about that for now. If there's a more M365 direct thing, we'll cover it next time. In the meantime, at the end of the day, we can ask Bing. Yes, has everyone seen this yet? At the end of the day, we can just go ahead and say, "Hey, Bing, let's tell me all about it." Right? Oops, hold on a second. Let me go back a little bit. That's not where I wanted to go. I did want to find Bing over here, but for whatever reason, it's not a link on my side. We'll go take a look at this a little bit later when we see the M365 Copilot. But the idea over here is now you can ask that same question, and sometimes you'll see the links that show up below the release planner or some blog or anything else. You can literally talk to it in a nice way. All right, all hail our robot masters as we continue this edition of, and this is what we're highlighting today. Like I said, we're 5 minutes in. Let's look at this here. This is the M365 Copilot. Of all the news that's out there, I think this is the biggest one, because this brings in all the viral talk that everyone's been talking about. Oh, the ChatGPT stuff, all of that's come to head right here in the Copilot. All right, the Copilot combining the power of the so-called large language models. Essentially, they went from trillions of pieces of information. Well, actually, I'm sorry, billions of pieces of information that they were getting for the search engines to do your search, to essentially trillions. They just expanded a lot of that stuff, and that's the source for the information. So enterprise-ready AI grounded in business data. How does that exactly work? Let's go take a look at that, shall we? You should be able to click on it. And then we're going to see Bing in action here. Yes, there's demos. Okay. You know, here's the interesting thing. Has anyone noticed, and if you've tried the ChatGPT or the Bing chat, that it takes longer to render these screens than it takes for them to answer a question or to give you an entire story about like an Irish kid who made it great in the punk rock story with flowers? I'm not kidding. Just try that as an example of how much faster this renders. All right, let's take a look at Copilot over here. Let's go ahead and make it a little bit big, shall we? Look, just rendering. All right, a little bit bigger so we can see. All right, let's take a look. What's here? Okay, so the concept of Copilot, and this is not necessarily an admin thing. There is an admin aspect for it. So the folks that are watching over here said, well, what are the admin implications? There are quite a few, but we're going to let you look that up. It's not as bad as it looks. And in a lot of the cases, it's the case of understanding privacy rules or anything else, compliance issues, security issues that may affect you. Those are the things that you have to have most on the concern. Not so much the setup, because this stuff, once it's on, pretty much just works. All right, so here's the concept. So you can you're getting your Copilot is for the users to actually work. In fact, I wonder if we have a few minutes just to watch this little rendition. Yes, we do. Come on, more to render. Oh no, Tiffany's going to have time in her hands now after this. I'm sorry, we have commentary going on while this is going on. We do want to record that. I know that was advertising and everything else, but frankly, it's super compelling if you think about it. What they're showing over there, again, it looks like the animation. They're not showing. It looks vaporware-ish a little bit right now, but we've seen now the Copilots happen in the Power Platform side and everything else. This stuff is for real, my friends. Actually, and it's scary real. All right. The question is it good, the quality or anything else? That may still be decided. But regardless of what's happening, if your customers see it, if people are seeing it, people are going to talk about it. Let's just say if you're a professional in this area, you need to deal with it and figure it out, or at least have a perspective on how to work with it. The concept of being able to, like, say, put together an entire slide deck just by asking the question, give me 10 slides on a topic. This is almost a dream. It's like one of the things that we're trying to do. Sometimes we're putting together SOWs or presentations or RFPs and everything else. Imagine it looking through our source of information, and I'll tell it, for example, give me the latest Power Platform presentation from the Sogeti perspective, and the information is from slides that are after November of 2022. That way I don't get the old stuff. That's how I could ask for it. Put it together. It actually will get the information, bring it together, however it happens. That's the idea. And what does that happen as an administrator when we're looking at it? What are the things besides necessarily the skills and learning how to do it? Because here, Bing is sitting right over here. Let me show you right over here. I'm going to put this right over here and show you how this, how quickly this, what you see over here, is already in place. You're saying, well, this is not ready yet. They're still building this. Well, it's here. Our robot masters are here. We're already in the post-revolution area, but we've been allowed to live. So let's go take a look over here, and we're going to wait. Again, it takes longer to render these things than it is for it to actually answer. So here we go. There, welcome back. What would you like to chat about? Okay, one moment. Well, let me ask the question. And this, look, so this is what I said. When can I start? Here's the thing. When I tell you these copilots work, I do it for Power Virtual Agents when I'm creating the chat bots for stuff, and it does it literally this fast. According to web results, Copilot is currently in testing with selected commercial. It was announced on March 16th, and it appears to be available for customers later this year. So you have a little bit of leeway, folks, to get through. It shows you where the information is coming from. And look at these follow-up questions. Where can I sign up for the testing program? What are the benefits of using Copilot? Let's go ahead. Let's see. What are the benefits of using Copilot? I said when this stuff works, it works super, super fast. We're almost done. Yep. Come on. We're responding
Quick
right now.
question here.
Yes.
So I think I read that ChatGPT was trained on data from 2021, but what about Bing data here? It's pretty much is using the kind of the same data as ChatGPT, right? They had some collaboration, so or are
So
they getting data from later dates than 2021?
it's a good question, actually. So the training may have started in 2021, but it's the concept of continuous training as it's going on. So the information that's there may have started then, but it's gone way beyond that over here. So, for example, I mean, the information that it's trying to come up with over here is a lot later, and I'm just like right now things are just slow, and I'm not sure what's going on with the pieces. We'll take a look at that a little bit later. As they say, demos tend to miss when it's going on. But yes, the information that we're looking at in the last version of ChatGPT was around 2021. Right now, it's getting more current. At some point, that will be a moot issue. It's basically because it's training all the time and looking all the time. It's not looking at information from a past and then building up on it. It's just going to be constantly churning and constantly building. Okay,
And also,
we got 1 minute in here then now.
yeah.
Sorry.
And then one more question here around
Yep.
Bing Chat as well. I read that, Microsoft may charge for the usage of Bing Chat. So do you forecast that M365 licenses are going to be, cost is going to be increased due to that added feature?
There's a good question. There's this concept of Teams Premium that you might have heard about recently.
Teams Premium.
Essentially, teams that will do a little bit more stuff. They're going to capture the cost, but they're going to capture it elsewhere on the periphery. This is Microsoft's way of doing it. There's always that quote unquote free version of things where either it's limited, maybe an API cutoff, maybe number of questions you can ask. There's going to be a way for them to do it so that they give you, as they say, the gateway drug of getting in to the places. So will there be a cost increase? More likely there will be a new tier or something updated to a higher tier that will give you more incentive to move into that tier. An example of well, guess what? E5, remember when they gave away Power BI Pro for E5? That made E5 more compelling, frankly, for a lot of people. Now imagine it becoming more compelling with more AI capability or other pieces like that. That's more likely to happen than, say, the base price going up. Now, the base price might go up just in general because everything they want to bring prices up, inflation, you name it, but it won't be just because of ChatGPT. That's for sure. Make sense?
Thanks, Ralph.
All right,
Thank you.
so there's the answer on that one. All right, really quickly following through where you can learn at Microsoft.com. We'll always have stuff that's in there, and actually it is a definitive place for really getting information. If it's not there, it's not official, is really the best way to put it. So if they're showing old stuff over there, they're still updating it, but guess what? You can actually go and give feedback for that. Get your own dev tenant. It's free. If you don't have one, why not? Go get it. Anyone can have it. All right. And of course, don't forget about our internal sources. We are a partner. We got the bat phone to Microsoft. Make use of it. By the way, there's the link to the developer program for those that are coming in who have not heard about it. Get your free tenant. Come and get it. Come and get it quick. And otherwise, hey, thank you very much. We will see you next week. This is a little bit of a longer show, an extra few minutes, but we're going to cut it right here.
Perfect. Thank you so much. So thank you everyone for attending our very first M365 and special shots roundup in under 15 minutes. So we look at 3 topics today, so including Bing Chat and M365 Copilot. So anyone for our next presentation, if there's any topics that you're interested in, please let us know. But thank you so much, Raf, for your time and for curating these very interesting topics.
No problem. And maybe we'll go into details of some of those other items in the message center that's coming up soon.
Absolutely. Thank you, everyone.